Welcome back to American Morning. His campaign's harnessing of the internet was legendary. And now as president, Obama is still tapping into his legions of online supporters to get out his message. Republicans oftentimes are left playing catch up, and they want to change that. But even the GOP nominee for president's own daughter is saying that when it comes to the internet, Republicans just don't get it. McCain is a contributor to thedailybeast.com and the author of her own blog, mccainblogette.com, and she joins me this morning from Phoenix, Arizona. Thanks, Megan. Good to have you with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And so on the campaign trail, even your father admitted that he was computer illiterate. He said he didn't send email, and it's certainly something that Democrats took the opportunity to seize on. In fact, let's take a little listen to this political ad.
Sure.
1982. John McCain goes to Washington. Things have changed in the last 26 years, but McCain hasn't. He admits he still doesn't know how to use a computer, can't send an email.
Now, as we understand it, things have changed. In fact, he's been Twittering now, right?
Yes, he has been Twittering.
How did you get him to come around?
I think just coming around to the times, but my article isn't about my father. It's about the Republican Party as a whole and why the Republican Party seems to be so behind when it comes to technology. And yes, my father was a part of that, but that is not the main reason why I wrote this article.
But what is interesting about it is that you wrote that even on the campaign, you were blogging, you were posting photos, you were encouraging feedback, and at the time it seemed as though people in the campaign didn't quite know what you were doing. In fact, you said that they may have even characterized it as a waste of time. Were you able to explain more about why that was so important and where people are getting their information these days has drastically changed, politically speaking?
I think the reason why this article has gotten the response it has gotten is because I know what it's like to be on the inside and know just how poorly the Republican Party, at least in my experience, views the use of the internet. Yes, I got a lot of pushback. A lot of people still didn't think having a blog was any point at all for the campaign, and I found it very disappointing. And I do think there is hope in the next, 4 to 8 years, but I think that if the Republican Party in any way wants to become something that my generation can adhere to, they have to get with the modernity of the internet.
Exactly. You had 220 million people in the U.S. alone who surf the net, and in your most recent column with the Daily Beast that we're talking about today, you wrote, until the Republican Party joins the 21st century and learns how to use the internet, its members will keep getting older and the youth of America will just keep logging on to the other side. So it's not just a matter of I am able to check email. It's about harnessing the internet, being able to use it. So what would your key pieces of advice be for the GOP?
Well, I think it all starts with message. I think you have to harness a message that is applicable to the internet. In my article, I bring up Ron Paul, and although his numbers and internet traffic didn't equate to votes, it was something that he had tapped into, and he is a Republican. So I think that the Republican Party really needs to start with its message and how it can start becoming more appealing to young people. And with that message, you have to utilize the medium of the internet, which President Obama did, obviously, incredibly. And I think that the Republican Party really has a long way to go. And I know there have been a lot of tech meetings recently with the GOP, but I don't think this is progress. I think they need to learn on how to harness a message that is actually something my generation will want to be a part of.
Very interesting. Right now, apparently, your dad's website, your dad's Twitter is the most viewed Twitter in Congress right now. So there you go.
And that's fantastic. Yes, I am glad that he's Twittering. I think it's fun. I mean, I don't Twitter. I'm not the biggest fan of Twitter, but I do think it's cool that he's actually, coming to it.
All right, McCain, great to talk to you today. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
John?
Crossing the top of the hour now, Karen, and breaking news.